This is my exploratory action research that I want to share with you, and I hope your contribution to help me to move on this idea about doing research on teachers' mindset and emotional learning. Why I need to explore this area? Because actually there is a story behind all this, because it started when I did an action research on flip learning, and it was a game changer for me and for my students. And there was also a change in my mindset. And this the reason why I became more observer, and I started noticing many things that I believe teachers are responsible of. So that's why I need to explore teachers' mindset and what role the emotions played in their teaching and learning process. In my school, I'm going to work with, or I started working with my colleagues. I work in a secondary school, and what I noticed was that teachers complain all the time about students' behavior, about the students' lack of motivation, about many things that at one moment I asked myself what these things were happening, you know? So that's why I started observing and sometimes taking notes about what I observed and I noticed. And these were my signs. Well, teachers' complaints. I also noticed that teachers are or get bored when they are lecturing. They are also reluctant to leave their comfort zone. Many times they are unaware of the students' emotions, what they feel when we are in front of them lecturing or explaining or teaching whatever we are teaching. There are many teachers who are worried about fulfilling the curriculum, and they are too focused on cognitive skills, and they are forgetting the feelings, the emotions, the students' interests. And also there are teachers who want to embrace the change, but they don't know how. So they were my signs, and I'm going to try to focus on that, because it's, I believe that something has to be changed, and teachers, we have to do something with that. So, wait. These are my research questions, or maybe my attempted research questions. One of the questions is, to what extent are teachers aware of their students' feelings and emotions? And how can teachers' growth mindset improve their teaching practices? Because I believe that it has to do with that. So in a way, it's something similar to Gaby Madera told us about these things we have to embrace when we want to engage our students in our lessons and to give a voice to all the students, okay? Because we have a diverse or different students in one classroom, and sometimes we work with one group. So, and the others who can't follow us, whatever reason they have, they are still there. They start doing anything else, or they are not interested in engaging the lesson because they can't. So what do we do with that?
Yes.
So that's are my questions, okay? And of course, I thought about how to get evidence about all these observations, and I thought about a survey and interview teachers, my colleagues. They are not English teachers. They are teachers from different subjects, and well, some teachers, some colleagues in my school are working on some service that I hand in, and sorry, my voice. And sorry. I'm going to go back. And then I thought about my plan of action, what I'm going to do, what can I do with all the information, with the surveys, with the questionnaires and the interviews. And I thought, what if I train teachers into growth mindset? And my question is, will they change their teaching? Will they dare to embrace the change? So that's where I maybe will need your help, you, because I don't know if, I think that training teachers into growth mindset is paramount. So they have to change their mind, and they have to ask themselves what they are doing to change the things that happen in the classroom. And then I will need to analyze all the data that I can collect from my colleagues, and I think that it's all. This is what I have done so far. Yes. So I hope to advance with my research and have successful results on that.
Very good, Gaby. Very interesting. Very interesting.
Oh, sorry. I was too nervous.
Come on. It was great, really. Very, very interesting.
Yeah. So it's something that I mean, 3 years ago when I started with flip learning, then I started reading a lot about growth mindset, mindfulness, and emotional learning, and I realized that not English teachers, but teachers from other subjects aren't aware of that, or they are not interested in doing something different, because they are working and they are lecturing as they used to do it many years ago. They don't realize that our students are different.
They have changed.
So, yes, so
Absolutely.
the society has changed a lot.
Sure.
And obviously the students, especially teenagers, because it's too hard to work with them nowadays, they need, teachers need to do something about that. We have to find a way to engage them, to give them how can I say? I cannot find the words, to give them not an opportunity, but the necessity to go to school to learn, because it's very important. It's very important to learn. It's very important to to be at school, and in a way we are not doing a good job about that. So this is what I feel. I don't know.
Well,
This is something. Yes, tell me.
you are trying to change it, Gaby.
Yeah.
All right, that's very
Yes.
good. That's an excellent beginning,
Yeah.
right? You've seen
Yes.
that, you've observed. Okay, all right. So you are exploring. Now you have a plan of action.
Yeah.
Okay, so you are changing something already. Okay, and that's
Yes.
fantastic. Okay,
Yes.
good.
And there is something that I'm going to interview two teachers of math. Um, there is one of those teachers who is my friend, and in a way I was training her in flip learning, in showing them um, what things she can do differently in order to engage their students in their lessons. And well, 2 weeks ago, the department, the math department, organized a week challenge, a math week challenge. And during one day, all the courses in the school were working on challenges, on math challenges, but out of the curriculum. So they applied math, solving puzzles or problems or whatever, and they loved it. So and then when the day finished, I asked the teacher how they felt about it, and they said they were it was amazing because the students were so motivated, so engaged in the activities. So and then I said, you know that, so there you have to change, and it's
That's
very simple. So an only activity one day that um, that you make your students move from the traditional lecturer. So it's enough and it's worthy. So
it.
there I have some an evidence, let's say, that this can work.
That's it. That's it. That it works. And they
Yeah.
could see that. So that's great. Yes, Gaby.
Thank
Very
you.
good. Very, very
Thank
good.
you.
I want to congratulate you. And you know what? You are not alone.
Well,
I don't know if it's our
yeah.
name or what, but we are teachers trying to change the world here. We feel like
Yeah.
we are superheroes in the world and we
Yeah.
need to do something, yes? Um,
Exactly.
one advantage we have is that we can get to know the world because we have the fortune to have learned a language which is global and allows
Yeah.
you to realize and to know that there are other places and there are other ways,
Yes.
there are other contexts, there are other children. And that awareness that we have, it's like something really precious. And
Yeah.
we should work um, a lot on generating that awareness to the other teachers who are not able to get to that information. So we are the ones that need to like download everything into
Yes.
their minds and
Mm,
make them realize that there are other ways, and
yes.
especially within, there is something that I always say, you need to show them the example. We can read loads of theory, we can
Yeah.
have like academic classrooms, but
Yes,
if
but
you don't show them the example, it won't be meaningful and they won't learn. And that
yeah.
process of learning won't, it will be useless because they
Mm-hmm.
will forget in a minute what you have said.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
this thing
absolutely.
of working with the
Thank
teacher,
you.
it's like really a need we have in our schools. And another thing that I'm wondering is, why is it that the private world is so different to the public one?
Exactly.
And why cannot we work together for a better education wherever? Yes. So the student who can access a private institution and the student who can access a public institution should have the same rights and should have the same possibility to learn in the best way.
Yes.
Yes. So these two contributions for me were really enriching, and I love to know that I'm not alone in this world.
Thank
you very
you.
much.
Thank you very much.
You are not, Gaby. Okay.
No, I know.
And Gaby Cochantes, thank you for your feedback. And as you said before, Gaby Garibotto, you have showed those math teachers an example, as Gaby Cochantes said, by showing them evidence. So that was a great beginning. Thank you very much, Gaby Garibotto, for your presentation. Yes.
Thank you to you.
Lydia?
I stopped sharing.
Congratulations. Yes.
Thank you.